Library Time with Miss James. I thought, it's snowing today, so it would not be neat if I read you a story out here in the snow. Unfortunately, I had left all my books at school, most of them anyway, and so I had to go through some books here, and I finally found one book that had snow on it. It's called Arthur's Teacher Moves In. Oh my goodness, look at Arthur's face. I think he's a little worried. What do you think about his teacher moving in? But I see, what do you see coming behind the teacher? Some snow? So I thought, well, this is a snow book, so we'll read this, and I'm going to try to read it out here in the snow to you. So it is by Marc Brown. It is called Arthur's Teacher. Okay, you know what? I don't think I want to do this. I don't think I can. So I'm going to read to you from inside the house. Okay? All right, now that we're back inside and it's warm, maybe I can actually read to you now. I was just shivering out there. It was so cold. All right, so let's start the story. Arthur's teacher moves in. What in the world? First of all, if your teacher had to move in with you, would you be excited? Or would you be worried or scared or mad? How would you feel? How would you feel if your teacher had to move in with you? How would you feel maybe if your librarian had to move in with you? I think it'd be kind of fun. Yeah? Oh no. Okay, well, let's see how Arthur felt about his teacher moving in. Woo! Is this how your house looked this morning? That's a lot of snow. Oh, I don't know if we got that much, but it was Friday afternoon and Arthur was relaxing. Whew. No, Mr. Ratburn all weekend, Arthur said. Arthur, said Mom, I just heard some bad news. The snow collapsed Mr. Ratburn's roof, and now he has nowhere to stay. Oh, no. Hopefully that didn't happen to any of your houses. Oh, too bad, Arthur said. His eyes were glued to the TV. I knew you'd feel that way, Mom said. So we invited him to come stay here. Okay, Arthur said, still watching the TV. What? Stay here? Arthur ran after Mom. Do you ever do that when you're just sitting there and you're watching the TV and your parents are saying something to you and you're really not paying attention? Surely not. I bet that never happens for any of you. Mom, what did what did you say? Arthur stammered. Arthur's teacher is going to stay here, sang DW. Just until his roof gets fixed, said Mom. Arthur couldn't believe it. Later that day, Arthur told Buster the news. It's too weird, Arthur said. My teacher in my house, walking on my carpet, eating from my spoons, touching my stuff. Buster agreed. School is at school and home is at home, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Exactly, Arthur nodded. But his parents didn't understand. It's just plain wrong, Arthur tried to explain. It just goes against nature. The poor man has nowhere else to go, said Dad. He's going to stay here, said Mom, and we're all going to make him feel welcome. Arthur tried to imagine Mr. Ratburn staying at his house, but the picture in his head was too horrible. Look at that. He's like, no, I don't want to think about that. The next day, Arthur borrowed books from Brain and rushed home to put up new posters. What are you doing? Asked DW. You wouldn't understand, Arthur answered. Are you trying to make Mr. Ragworm think you're smarter than you really are? Go away, Arthur said. Then the doorbell rang. DW's always aggravating her brother, isn't she? Arthur, DW, called Mom. Come say hello. Hi, Mr. Ratbite, said DW. Is it true that you torture kids? Here I am, cried Arthur. Welcome, hello, come in. Please take these up to your room, Arthur, said Dad. He's staying in Arthur's room, sang DW. I put your sleeping bag in DW's room, said Mom. way, no fair, said DW. Now she doesn't like the idea, does she? Because now she's going to have to room with Arthur. Mr. Ratburn saw all the books on Arthur's table that he had gotten from the brain. Those are my favorite books in the whole world, Arthur said. Mr. Ratburn said. Trigonometry for fun. The double helix and you. Didn't you just borrow those from the brain? Said DW. I use my brain a lot, Arthur said quickly. Mr. Ratburn, said DW. Look what's under here. Arthur quickly leaned against the poster. I think I smell Dad making a cake, he said. Cake, said DW, and she ran out the door. Cake, said Mr. Ratburn. He ran out the door too, and Arthur sank onto his bed relieved. Whew, that was close. There's Mr. Ratburn looking through Arthur's, or the brain's books, and then there's DW trying to reveal what's really under those smart-looking posters. Later, Arthur was watching the Bionic Bunny show, but Mr. Ratburn came into the room and Arthur quickly changed the channel. You look, different, Arthur said. Well, I don't always dress for school, said Mr. Ratburn. Look at him. Look, it's like a normal person. Mr. Rathead, said DW. You were lucky you weren't in school when the roof fell in. It was the roof of my house, said Mr. Ratburn. DW looked confused. Teachers don't live at school, Mr. Ratburn explained. We have houses, just like you do. Oh, said DW. The world was so simple until now. You don't think your teachers live at school? Sometimes it feels like we do. Would you like to watch one of my videos? Mr. Ratburn asked Arthur. Of course, said Arthur. I love educational videos. A cartoon kangaroo appeared on the screen. Spooky Pooh? Arthur said. Yes, it's one of my favorites, said Mr. Ratburn. After Spooky Pooh, Mr. Ratburn covered Arthur's history book with a handkerchief and waved his hand over it. And when he pulled the handkerchief away, the book was gone. Shazam! No homework tonight. Did a magic trick. Wow, can you teach me that? Asked Arthur. Sure, said Mr. Ratburn. For dessert, Dad brought out a huge cake. Oh my goodness, look at this cake. I like it when Mr. Ratburn stays with us, said DW. Her nicknames for Mr. Ratburn's funny. On Monday morning, Arthur's friends all shook their heads. Can you imagine Ratburn living with you? Said Buster. I bet Arthur's ready to run away, said Francine. Hey, Arthur, said Buster, you can stay at my house until Ratburn goes home. It's not so bad, said Arthur. He taught me a magic trick. We had fun. Mr. Ratburn waved at Arthur, and Arthur waved back. At lunch, everyone was talking about the math test. I got a C-, Buster said. You beat me, Muffy said. Arthur got an A, said Francine. It's not fair. Yeah, we could all get A's if Mr. Ratburn lived with us and our fathers made cakes for him, said Muffy. Hey, but I studied hard for that test, said Arthur. Sure you did, said everyone else. After school, all of Arthur's friends were busy. Want to watch some Spooky Pooh? Arthur asked. I don't think so, said Buster. I don't want to get between you and your new friend. People are getting jealous, I think. Want to go to the sugar bowl for some hot cocoa? Arthur asked Francine and Muffy. Francine shook her head. Sorry, we're already going to the sugar bowl for some hot cocoa. You know what he asked? They should ask him to go with them, right? Then the brain asked for his books back. Sure, I'll bring them to your house. No thanks. Just please bring them to school, said the brain. So sad. Everybody's turning against him. Teacher's pet, sang Binky. That means you, Arthur. Then he handed Arthur a note from Fern, and Arthur walked home alone. And then look at the note. It says Rat and Rat Jr., if you can read that. Pal was at the door to greet him. There's Pal, you puppy. It's great to get home, said Arthur, and forget all about school. Mr. Ratburn was at the kitchen table eating cake. Oh, said Arthur, hi. And then he quickly left the room. I wonder how that made Mr. Ratburn feel. Later, Arthur showed Fern's drawings to his parents and Mr. Ratburn. And Binky called me a teacher's pet, Arthur said. Maybe I should talk to everyone, said Mr. Ratburn. No, Arthur said. That will make it worse. I don't want that to happen. I'll make it worse for him. You know, I wouldn't give you special treatment, Mr. Ratburn said, and you have studied hard lately. If you give me an F, said Arthur, that'll prove I'm not a teacher's pet. Soon they'll realize that they're wrong, said Mom. Not as soon as if he gives me an F, said Arthur. Have you ever wanted an F? I haven't either. Tuesday at lunch, everyone made fun of Arthur. Teacher's pet, sang Binky. If cake gets you 1 A, will apple pie get you 2 A's? Said Francine. Maybe some vanilla ice cream on top, said Muffy. Arthur tried to laugh. Mr. Ratburn walked over. Arthur, I won't be staying at your house anymore. Really? Said Arthur. Mr. Ratburn nodded. I need to be closer to my house to supervise the work on my roof. So, look at all of his friends. What's going to happen? Where's he going to stay? Francine's parents have invited me to stay with them. And then after that, I'll be staying at Binky's house. Who knows, said Mr. Ratburn as he walked away. I may also stay at Muffy's and Buster's and Fern's. Look at all their faces. No! So, that was good. So now he's going to end up staying at everybody's house. And now all the attention won't be put right on Arthur. So, what did you think about that? I thought it was a good story. Hopefully you got to enjoy the snow this morning and before it all melted away. And I have missed seeing my friends that get to come on Tuesdays, but I look forward to seeing everybody the rest of the week, and I'll see you later. Love you guys. Bye.